Hello and welcome back. I'm Mhorgrimm and welcome to my Let's Play of Starfield. It's been a while.
Sorry, my clock function is currently inoperative. A watch may be a worthwhile investment for you.
I had just done a lot of, here we go. Adrian, New Atlantis, okay. Oh, must have been doing the Terramorph thing. Okay. I took some time off to participate in raising some money for Jingle Jam, which was very successful this year for Jingle Jam. I raised a bit myself. I had a bit of fun playing some old Minecraft live. All in all,
what can I do?
enjoyable. Oh, there's Hadrian. Okay. Well, how's she supposed to get back to New Atlantis ahead of me? Getting back into the Captain John Mhorgrimm swing of things, just remembering what my different keys are. Yes, the Kananaskis.
How can I be of service, Captain?
In its giant glory.
Awaiting your orders, Captain.
Just having myself a mead soda. So non-alcoholized soda. Or non-alcoholized mead, that's a soda. A blueberry and raspberry mead flavored non-alcohol soda. Okay, so maybe I have some stuff that I should. Nope. Getting the keys back. Okay, so let's see. So it's not spacesuits. Carrying some contraband. Okay, I need to start selling off some of these things. Okay. And away we go. I just want to make sure there was no quests that I was ignoring. Because again, it's been a while. So let's UC's
You're entering United
mission
Colony
stream
space. Maintain course
for
and
the
prepare to be
Terramorphs.
scanned. Scan complete. You're cleared to land at New Atlantis.
And we're here. Assuming that no, because I wouldn't have Andrasia around if she had completed her relationship quest.
Captain John, it is pleasant to see you.
Okay, let's get rid of some of the miscellaneous stuff that I don't need to be carrying. Keep frag grenades. Keep these. Any other MI ones? No. Oh. I don't do the 40mm stuff. Or the particle rockets. Here we go. Keep an eye out for some bounties.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay, no bounty. Clear.
Alright. Oh, come on. Fast. Be nice if there was a more immersive version of the subway, like you could actually ride it. Well, that must be the apartment. Oh, and I do have to remember to visit the well to sell off my stuff of a questionable nature.
Captain, over here.
I wish they explained what all these different things are. I'm assuming this is Mars. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So who are the 6 flags? One's got to be like Gagarin, New Atlantis, Sol, Homestead.
The
That's
workup's in the
4.
cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there.
Go on.
My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place.
Okay.
I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus. Woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin. A title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
Are there others from your program still out there? Other clones?
I'm the last. A few of my siblings, they passed when we were young. Training accidents and the like. But most of the rest were deployed to the front lines during the Colony War, and they never came back. Not a day goes by where I don't think about what the world would look like with them still in it.
Okay. Doesn't sound like they succeeded in securing that legacy.
No. They made a pretty grave miscalculation. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death, on both sides. Freestar Collective, and UC. Military, and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
Okay. You're not your father. If the cabinet doesn't see that, it's their problem, not yours.
I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already.
Holding a grudge against where a person comes from, that is both ignorant and cruel.
Just the way things are sometimes. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or, if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
Don't have any questions,
Then I
no.
guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go.
I have something I wanted to say. But I confess I am afraid of how you will react.
Okay. Don't worry, nothing's going to change between
You
us.
seem very sure of that. I am less so. I know that you said you prefer to be surrounded by others, unlike me. But Constellation means something to us both. And I must be honest about why. The little I have spoken of my history has been nothing but truth. I worked with smugglers. I have caused my share of pain and suffering. What I have left out, until now, is that all of that was done on behalf of House Varun.
Okay.
My people. My family.
Like, I just... So they obviously haven't written this quest to understand that you may have actually joined. Okay. Anyone
I am
thought it would be a
not
joke if it was
joking.
anyone else?
I was born in the great city of Dazra, and raised with the teachings of Jinan Varun. I underwent the rite of Krejar when I came of age. I am of the promised, those who know the truth of the great serpent and his inevitable return.
I joined House Perun and you didn't tell me.
I know, and I am sorry for that. I have strict orders to keep it secret. There is a reason I am only just telling you now. Several years ago, I intercepted requests from Constellation to access Varun's space, speaking only of exploration. I was sent to infiltrate Constellation, posing as a former smuggler looking for a new purpose in life.
That makes you an undercover agent.
That was the intent, yes. The reality is more complicated. Several weeks after I arrived, I attempted to access secure records within Constellation's archives. Vladimir and Sarah were waiting for me.
That must have been a surprise.
Quite an understatement. I was horrified. My failure would be reported to the High Council, and the penalty would be severe.
What information are you sending to House Varun?
The history of Constellation, where expeditions are sent, data on star systems House Varun has not explored, some information on their members and goals. As you have seen, there is relatively little that would be considered classified.
So, well, Sarah didn't turn you in. She's a good person.
Yes, she is. I cannot imagine anyone else in her position doing the same. You and I have spent so much time together. It has been increasingly difficult to keep this from you. And I am sorry for that. Telling you this violates so many of the orders I was given. But it was the right thing to do. I can feel that.
Yeah. Still just Andrasia as far as I'm concerned.
You have no idea what a relief that is. Thank you for trusting me. If we can avoid entering that building, I would prefer it. Let us just say I am allergic to bureaucracy.
Sorry, things to do.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Let's see. Hadrian made it clear that addressing this issue required the utmost urgency.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
Trying to figure out what we're facing, we can't make an informed decision without data.
That is something to consider. Though we also have to take into account the nature of the data you require.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, A power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt, the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties. Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
Telling her what I was told, its tissue matched the ones from Londinian.
Just taking her word for it as well, then.
So it would seem. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
The archives are fated to open, support our cause, and do what you know is right.
I can't help but agree with the captain. Attempting to open the archives, it seems like the right way forward.
It does, doesn't it? All right. I withdraw my objection. Let us trust fate. We were all lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
Oh, no.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
Move, people.
You! Stuck the CEM rifle, grab it!
I do not wish to judge, but I doubt...
Beer. Baguette.
You truly need to be carrying all of that?
Screaming. I make this look easy. Too easy.
No, you don't. she's doing.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know.
Everyone faces
They
away
were
from
down
me.
at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog.
Mm-hmm.
It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready.
Sounds like we need to hustle.
Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Yeah. Not gonna happen.
My God, no time to waste, Captain. Boots in the dirt.
Like, you're a Marine.
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district.
So aren't other Marines around here?
Citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
You're not the doctor.
Nope. So they killed one.
You might back up. Don't just stand there. Good.
Doesn't seem to be going down very easy. Come on. Oh.
Them are experts. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
They said you've done this before, huh? Well, got one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men.
Okay.
Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Okay. Really. Dang.
Winner takes all is the phrase, is it not?
It is. Yeah, I'm not going to take the fire team with me. Can't risk them being taken over. So. Okay. Where's a good attack angle? I'll just slowly pick away. Slowly pick away. Okay, so the other one. Where can I get a good angle from far enough away that it doesn't see me and just clunk away at it? Why do I not see it yet? Where's she going? Okay.
Damn, they're gone.
Up, up, up. Okay. This will take some time. But slowly working away on them. Okay. Yep.
Nice work, Captain.
Because I
The
know what I'm
rest of
doing.
the city is safe, thanks to us. You deserve whatever accolades you have coming.
They're all red. There you go, Sergeant Yumi.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two.
No, they were not.
Best put the right people in the right place.
All in the line of work. You're the heroes, not us.
Certainly doesn't feel like it.
I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Okay. Everything's good. Hero.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal.
Back to mast.
Before exiting.
Uh-huh. Why are you carrying a weapon of the Freestar on you there? Yeah, see, it's the Six Flags. So I'm assuming this one here is New Atlantis. Mars, maybe? Maybe Gagarin's this one? So, like, Homestead? So what the heck would you be, then? Would you be the Londinian one? Because it's, like, snowy? So then...
Terramorphs. Holy hell.
Captain? Hadrian? It would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Agreed, thank you.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball.
Okay.
Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
I'm sure that's the wisest course
We
of
do.
action.
In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us?
You can count on me.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
Next time Terrormorphs rear their
I'm
ugly
gonna go
heads,
check in with
you see
and
ready.
Carney. Start getting a plan together for that data.
We didn't get where we are by sitting on our laurels. Our laurels, in fact, became uninhabitable a long time ago. Helps to remember.
Okay.
Pardon.
Um,
You've seen these orders. A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require.
There must be something in all of that you can afford to let
That
go
must make
of.
you my Vanguard captain.
Yep.
Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second in command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
They're the repository of all the band data from the Colony War.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes.
Okay.
Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
No problem. No, wait. You'd think that they'd be clamoring to help after the spaceport attack.
I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun?
Let's start with Balmore.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Alright, that actually sounds pretty promising.
It does, but there's a concern. We're not 100% sure Balmore is actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
I'll track him down.
I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
Okay. And tell me about Ambassador Radcliffe.
Ah, the good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable.
It sounds as though I will enjoy this.
Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
I think you understand how delightful I am.
Huh. Well, if that's the case, I'll wait to be pleasantly surprised. But we do have one item up our sleeve. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information.
Okay.
Maybe even convince to work with you.
It's all the info I need.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up, you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
Okay. Snack time. Solve the double-double. Shepherd's pie.
I would prefer that we both remain light on our feet. You never know what could happen.
You prefer many things. Oh, they've reopened the spaceport. Actually, I have a wonder. Because I've gone and done the orientation tour with Sarah, but I haven't with our good friend Andrasia. Let's hear her comments.
In 2150, humanity learned the Earth's magnetosphere would collapse sometime in the next half-century, eliminating all life on the planet. Decisive action was required, but the secure transport of an entire civilization would demand a new kind of cooperation, a new kind of courage, and a new kind of union. Thus, in 2159, the United Colonies were formed to make that journey possible. Just 1 year later, the Galileo, the first of many colony ships, touched down here on Jemison, beginning a new era of human history, the age of the United Colonies.
The exodus from Earth meant more than just the beginnings of the United Colonies. But still, a tremendous undertaking.
Okay, so she does have commentary. Come along, Andrasia. We have things to learn. Get her perspective.
foundation, the United Colonies strove to provide all their citizens with opportunity, security, and peace. But there were those among the UC that still wanted something more. Independence. So in 2161, the UC issued the Centaurus Proclamation, granting UC citizens the right to settle distant worlds and form their own sovereign powers. It wasn't long before the first new faction, the Free Star Collective, was formally organized in 2188, later followed by House Varun, revealing themselves to the universe in 2230.
Of course, this has nothing positive to say about House Varun. I should expect no less from the United Colonies.
Didn't say anything negative, though, either. Let's find out.
It was only in 2230 that the faction known as House Varun first made contact with the rest of the settled systems. Founded by the passengers of a colony ship that had left New Atlantis and disappeared 4 decades earlier, House Varun was a faction unlike any other. A theocracy dedicated wholly to the beliefs of its isolationist founder, Jinan Varun. House Varun initially made overtures of peace towards the rest of the settled systems. They claimed their only intention was to spread the word of their god, the Great Serpent. But none could have guessed that this worship might take the form of a bloody war, the Serpent's Crusade.
Nothing? Yeah, what about Free Star?
The Collective was initially founded in 2188, when the citizens of Aquila banded together with the pleasure city of Neon in mutual defense. But in 2194, after the deployment of a UC medical star station in orbit around their world, the citizens of Narion also requested to join the Collective. The resulting rise in tensions between the Free Star Collective and UC culminated in the settled system's first intergalactic conflict, the Narion War. Despite a decisive victory by the UC, the colonies permitted the citizens of Narion to join the Collective, forming the basis for the fiercely independent union that persists to this day.
Okay. She doesn't say anything. Okay. How about the Serpent Crusade?
In 2240, House Varun forces declared all-out war on the rest of human civilization, initiating the Serpent's Crusade. Over the next 23 years, thousands of Free Star, UC, and independent souls were killed by agents of House Varun in the name of their serpent god. It was only with the death of their founder in 2263 and the succession of his heir, Jarek, that House Varun finally sued for peace. There remains, however, select members of House Varun who refuse to recognize the cessation of hostilities their leaders established. Even after House Varun's mysterious disappearance, these zealots remain a threat to all who encounter them. Their pacification, a goal of all space.
Nothing? How about this one?
Of the many conflicts between the galaxy's factions, none was more brutal than the recent colony war between the UC and the Free Star Collective. Set off by the unauthorized Free Star colonization of Vesta's Pride in 2308, a direct violation of the Narion Treaty, the colony war spread quickly across the galaxy. Both sides deployed every tool at their disposal. Armadas of warships, mechanized combat platforms, or mechs, even bioengineered alien creatures, the infamous UC xeno weapons. It was only in 2311 at the Battle of Cheyenne that the scales finally tipped. The Freestar Collective, utilizing their civilian fleet as a human shield, successfully crippled the superior United Colonies Navy. After their shocking victory against the galaxy's greatest navy, the Freestar Collective offered terms of peace, which the colonies, out of an interest in staving off any further human costs, accepted. The galaxy has been rebuilding ever since.
I suspect many in the Freestar Collective would take issue with the way the colony war is represented here.
Okay. With the Battle of Nero.
Few settled worlds were left untouched by the colony war. But nowhere could the viciousness of modern warfare be seen more clearly than on the Freestar planet of Nera. Initially occupied by invading United Colonies forces as a forward operating position, repeated attempts to take and retake the planet by collective forces led only to devastation. Swaths of the world were transformed into scorched husks, a nightmarish testament to the depths of human ingenuity and human cruelty. And today, Nera remains a continuing reminder to the horrors of unfettered war.
Nothing? Okay.
In the midst of the colony war, a different kind of tragedy struck the UC city of Londinian. A newly constructed but critical supply center for the United Colonies war effort, Londinian found itself overrun by one of the galaxy's most mysterious predators, the Terramorph. A rare but pervasive threat to all human-settled worlds, Terramorphs swept over the city, seemingly out of nowhere, on a scale never before seen in recorded history. Valiant efforts by the UC military slowed the onslaught, but the creatures proved unstoppable. Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the Londinian spaceport, sealing off the city, the outbreak, and its citizenry from the galaxy at large. The tragedy of Londinian is mourned by the UC to this day.
No comments? Alright, fine. About the armistice.
After the devastation wrought by the colony war, the UC and the Freestar Collective came together to ratify a treaty that became known as the Armistice. Both sides agreed to a vast reduction in standing forces, and that xeno-weapons and mech warfare would be outlawed. All related research was sealed away, accessible only in cases of dire emergency. But the Collective had another demand, that the active commanders of the UC military stand trial for their actions. The United Colonies, in the interest of peace and galactic security, agreed. In 2311, 3 United Colonies senior officers were found guilty. Commander Henry Durant, General Indira Rastogi, and Fleet Admiral Francois Sanon, known better as Ve Victus. All were sentenced to death for their actions, bringing the colony war to a close and returning peace to the galaxy at long last.
After everything, it is almost impossible to believe that the armistice happened. But I admit I am glad it did. The settled systems have benefited.
Okay, that's good. Okay. What else she thinks about the
Your file
Vanguard?
says you have a military background. Well, don't embarrass your old outfit. Stay out of trouble.
It was into this new world that the Vanguard was born. An official branch of the UC Navy, the Vanguard is the United Colonies Volunteer Fleet, serving a myriad of security, logistical, and reconnaissance roles. And after a sufficient length of service, UC citizenship is guaranteed to every Vanguard member. Open to all captains, regardless of origin, the Vanguard is leading the charge to protect and support the citizens of the United Colonies, wherever in the galaxy they may be.
No comments. Okay, let's see what we're doing. Citizenship.
A United Colonies citizen. Only through service to the UC can one hope to earn one's citizenship. But the UC prides itself on taking care of its people. Cost of living controls mean citizens pay less than their foreign counterparts for needs big and small. All citizens are issued a grant upon joining to get themselves on their feet. And only UC citizens have the opportunity to purchase property, getting the chance to live in one of the most beautiful cities in the settled systems. By joining the Vanguard today, you too can begin earning your place here, in the heart of galactic civilization, as a citizen of the United Colonies.
Nothing? Okay. I do like the architecture and the museum quality. This, I like it. It's kind of got this weird futuristic 80s vibe, 70s vibe to the orientation. Okay. Let's go quickly pop up and visit the Freestar Embassy. Is she with me? She is.
What? Oh, sorry.
Yes. They build a monument to the people they lost, but not the people they killed.
You gotta be kidding me. It's plumbing, not a peace treaty. It could cause an incident. It would mean my job, sir. Fine. I'll begin the process. Wouldn't want to withhold a chance for more red tape from the great UC.
Okay.
I cannot help but notice that the Colony War Memorial is in direct line of sight of this embassy. I suspect that was very much intentional.
You are a visitor? You'll find it.
I suspect so too.
I wonder how many times one side or the other has threatened to close this embassy down over the years.
Probably a few.
Terramorphs? As in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Okay. So what we want is something to help us with our convincing. 20%. 25%. Here we go.
Sounds like it was a real mess down at the space.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment?
I'm here on... Actually, Captain John Mhorgrimm, UC Vanguard. You and I need to talk, Ambassador.
Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy. in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right.
You heard that correctly. We need access to the archives.
I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go?
Actually, yeah, I know what you want is oversight. Monitors will observe all the research. Now give me my code.
We'll oversee the research. Guess that takes the whole trust us component out of play, doesn't it? That does seem like a workable idea. Fine. You'll get what you want. Follow me.
Where'd she go? Okay, yeah. Just admiring your artwork and decorating sense, or lack thereof.
They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. Two unlikely allies, I guess.
Is there some compulsion that leads you to do this?
Why would they need a
Childhood
machine
trauma?
that big for the
It
codes?
is okay to let things go.
Makes no sense. Well, actually, many things make no sense, but sure. I do like these assault rifles, though. Let's head to House Vroon. Comments? No comments?
Ryujin Industries is looking for the young, bright minds of the future. Apply today.
The lives of nearly every individual in the settled systems are so heavily influenced by what goes on in this building.
Okay, so let's sell some stuff to
Euronys. I would never
Cornelius
dream
here.
of selling substandard gear. Outland has standards, and I uphold them. Yes, by all means, have a look.
And I don't want this. I don't want the Technophile. Don't want the Maelstrom. Spacesuits, fine. Packs.
See you around.
I sure we will. Like, I haven't taken a break from this game and coming back now. I'm just struck by how much potential was there that has seemed unrealized so far. Kind of like a Skyrim. I'm waiting for some of the major modifications, like Skyrim hit this or something.
so strange that now, for all reasons, is my first time inside this place.
Let's quickly hack our way in. Effectively, of course, because, you know, I know what I'm doing. If it was a better Eon, maybe I'd take it.
It's been a very long time since I have seen one of these trees. People would be proud to know it thrives.
You saw one recently. Just weird. Anything? Nothing.
You seem to have taken on more than you can carry. If you require assistance,
Almost ambushed me. Right, more power. I can hear it moving around. No idea. Laser. suppose that makes sense.
Take what you must. Leave the rest for the scavengers.
Don't see anything. Combat drugs. Sure. Okay. Beware demons. Oh, they're higher level. Beware the guardians. Okay.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us.
Mm-hmm.
You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss.
Okay.
Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence.
Thank you.
I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Eh? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly?
Did you say that thing pouring out clouds upstairs is called a venom tree?
Harmless spores, you have my word, but hard to navigate. Hence why I was guiding you through the intercoms to restore the environmental controls. And release me. It is the sap of the tree that gives it its... well, perhaps not a topic for this exact moment. But I must know of the rest of the city. Does it still stand?
Spaceport is in rough shape, but nothing else was damaged.
Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you... and your friend here.
You need not maintain a facade, Kasric. He knows who I am. Who I actually am.
Quite the breach in protocol, Andreja. Something I look forward to discussing further. Once we've established why it is you two have come waltzing through my door uninvited. Now, the broadcast earlier spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information, then. On terror morphs, presumably. Do I see this all clearly?
Correct. We're going to use the data in the archives to better understand and stop these attacks.
The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy. With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Now, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
You have my word. I'll make sure it's used for good.
You have my word as well. And you know that you can trust me.
Well then, I shall not fear. Please, follow me.
Okay.
Let's hope it still works. And there.
I think you may be trying to take a little too much on. Literally.
Okay. Calibrated, don't want. Yep. Yep. Nuclear raw. Connect wires. Alright, let's get ourselves out of here. The other thing that I noticed after doing my 2-week break to get myself up to date with, or participate in the Jingle Jam was, maybe like the desire to be playing games other than this. Like, I'm not just... I get what people are saying. It's like, it's not that there's not absolutely addicted like you would have been with Fallout or anything else. I'm not sure. It's like there more linearity in this too. I'm unsure.
Things I wish to discuss with you. When you have time.
Okay. Such
Yes.
as?
It has been a relief to be honest with you about my past. I appreciate your willingness to listen. But talking about this, remembering all those years, has brought back some unsettling memories.
I'm here for you if you need someone to listen.
Thank you. That means a great deal to me. I have told you that I spent many years coordinating with smugglers along the edges of the settled systems. There were men and women I worked alongside closely. And over time, I established relationships. They were not of the promised, but I considered them friends.
Okay. There was a time that I wasn't promised, and I'm not so bad. We're around, for sure.
Yes, I have found that to be true. It was, and is, still a surprise. You must understand. I was raised to believe that those who do not follow the Great Serpent do not matter. For they are lost. Their fate is fixed and grim. And yet here were these men and women with hopes and dreams, delights and aversions. It felt like a small betrayal of my people, of House Varun, but I cared for my friends. And then I lost them.
That must have been terrible.
It was. In ways I did not understand at the time. And so it has bothered me ever since. It was so sudden. We had met on a remote planet to transfer cargo. And zealots appeared in force, seemingly out of nowhere. There was barely time to react. So many were cut down immediately. I believe my years of training saved me, got me moving when others faltered. I retreated to my ship immediately. But I left them all behind. Aaron Bascom and Jada Wong. They were my friends, and I abandoned them. And in the years since, I have never looked for them.
What is it with people never looking for people? You never checked up on them?
No. I told myself it's because I never had the time, but in truth, I was scared of what I'd find.
If they're half as strong as you, they've gotten by.
I have no doubt they were resourceful. Still, how badly were their lives damaged by that moment? In my time getting to know you, I have thought more and more of all this. How little sense it all made, how I never really knew what happened or what became of my friends. My connection to you has reminded me what it means to trust someone, to be there for them. And I can no longer live with not knowing. I need to finally pursue this. I would like you with me when I do. I do not know what we will find, but I know it will be easier with you at my side.
Okay. Will ease your mind. I'm in.
I am not sure I will find any comfort in it, but I think it is important nonetheless. I am not sure where they might be now, but I believe we should begin the search in Aquila City. That is where I last saw Aaron Bascom.
Okay, so to Aquila City it is. But first, we have to go open the archives. Okay, like I was saying before I got interrupted, I don't know, maybe consider playing some other games. Like, I have been enjoying the Bannerlord and Chill, but playing the Minecraft brought back some, I don't know, good memories, happy memories. It was a fun game. I was enjoying myself again. Oops.
Truly the Great Serpent has blessed you.
But I was also wondering if I should curtail the,
already has a plan in place to open the
curtail, like, how many of these I do a week, right? Because I was doing every day. I was releasing a Starfield. You know, maybe if I reduced it to twice a week, that would allow me to have like a Bannerlord once every once a week or twice a week. I could have a Minecraft
Captain,
once a week. And I
you're
was
back
thinking of
sooner
another
than-
game to add into the
wait,
rotation.
Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore?
I just haven't decided
We're
which
all in
ones.
agreement.
Code piece for House of Vernon Freestar collected and ready to be deployed.
That's incredible. I wasn't sure Radcliffe would ever get on board. I'm very much looking forward to getting the debrief on how precisely you managed to pull all this off, but that'll have to wait for another time. Regardless, superlative work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
Okay. Let's go meet the mysterious one. After I open the archives. Yeah, but I haven't decided if I was going to add another game into the rotation, what would it be? Like, do I do something like, say, Medieval Dynasty? Or do I theme it? So there's always the possibility that Bannerlord 1 can quickly come to an end. All it takes is a crossbow bolt to the face, and that's it.
I do appreciate that not every meter of land was plowed under to build this city. This tree is far too grand for such a fate.
So if the Bannerlord one comes in, maybe I would do a Medieval Dynasty theme one. Or Sengoku. I haven't shared which one.
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules.
Okay.
Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin.
Okay. I was also wondering about maybe adding something like Cyberpunk to my rotation.
Verified. Unlocking key. You may proceed, Captain.
Or something I haven't considered. I think I'd like to switch it up. If not for me, for other people watching too, because, well, I might be okay with pushing through everything. Not everyone wants to watch that too. Let's walk back now. Like, are there games that other people would be interested in seeing my take on? Like, heck, part of me's even really considered like a Skyrim or Fallout. Like Skyrim, watching Spiffing Brit play his charity stream for Jingle Jam really got me having that Skyrim itch again.
Ah, Captain. Congratulations. I'm joining you.
And of course, Fallout. There's always Fallout with, say, like Sim settlements and doing something along with those lines.
Captain, Deputy told me what went down. Impressive work.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, She and I have been discussing what comes next.
I'm sure you have. Here you go, Major.
Time for us to start getting some real answers and figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready.
Major, please take possession of the data.
Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Okay.
That your ship that landed not too long ago? It sure is something.
Well, thanks. It is. Okay. Ooh, a nice nighttime one. Perfect.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies?
I'm ready.
Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen?
I will.
Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation.
We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property.
Cool.
Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position.
Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terramorphs. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name.
So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms?
I'll take it to my grave.
Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
If I use my jump jet, that would be just the biggest dive. But no. I can go back up there at any point, right? Right? Maybe I should have jumped. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, you can. Okay.
You don't need to wear your helmet on this planet. You know that, right?
I do. But then I'd have to deal with people like you.
Are we at all surprised that the UC has such a massive space dedicated to secrets?
Not really.
Logging authorized entry, unsealing access. You may proceed down the corridor. But there are no additional visitors permitted. Your friend's gonna have to wait out here.
Very well, I will wait. You go on.
sure we should.
President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get. Which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am?
Given the amount of security, you're someone pretty important or dangerous.
Receptive. I like that. I'm Francois Fanon, but most know me as Victus. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes, but the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. So they put me here, a sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death served the colonies.
Definitely. So, definitely one of the chattery ghosts I've met.
I want to help you, and my progeny Hadrian, prevent more attacks. Though I am curious, has she shared with you the nature of our little family?
She told me he's your clone, yep.
Did she? So willing to trust Hadrian. I never did succeed in driving that out of her. Our relationship has always been a challenging one. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training to support it. And she excelled. But the universe cut all that short. Now, though, it's placed even more crucial work in front of the two of you. And I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to do.
Fine, I'm listening.
After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with.
Go on.
There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colony's more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the Colony War ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder to this day. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him, however you're able. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly. Bring me evidence that the job's done, and I'll tell you what I know.
Okay. Why not hand him over to one of the members of this recovery team?
Captain, your files indicate a track record of unlikely successes. It is my genuine hope that, perhaps down the line, you might become a part of our team. And this might be something of a tryout.
How about I arrest him and turn him over to the UC?
You can certainly try, but the man's been out there 20 years. He's likely gone feral by now. Easier for all if you simply blow up his ship and be done with it.
Not killing anyone, but as bad as a claim, I'll consider bringing him to justice.
If that's what you're required to sleep at night, so be it. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria, Wolf System. There's a star station in the vicinity, the Den. The head of the local vanguard, one Captain Marquez, should be able to help you find our man.
Will do. Oh, and I do need to sell off my contraband.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
It is a good... Yes, good. Let's go.
Let's get moving. To the den. After I go talk to Public Affairs. Or Interstellar Affairs, I should say.
Captain, did your meeting go well? I hope it's clear now why we needed you to agree to all the secrecy.
Deputy, I was not prepared for that.
Surprised me too when I learned it. But the prisoner has proven useful over the years, and kept far from any major decision-making.
Sure.
But I do think it's worth re-emphasizing. No one else can know about this. All right?
I'll keep this to myself.
Good. Because bringing this up to the outside world would create the unfair appearance, Captain, that you're unhinged. And that's not a good look for any of us. Now, was there something in particular you needed to discuss about what we were just discussing?
Dr. Orlaise.
Dr. Reginald Orlaise? He's finally found him. Of course, killing Orlaise is completely out of the question, but bringing him to justice... He's been on the lam for years. That'd be a huge win for the UC. What's being offered in return?
Location of the old research team.
He found the members of the research team. We'd already initiated a search for them, but it'd save a lot of time and manpower if he just gave us that information. Captain, if that's the deal, you have my endorsement. Just so long as you make every effort to bring the man in alive. Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss regarding your meeting?
Don't have anything else to discuss.
Then I'll bid you good day, Captain. And remind you of the importance of discretion.
Good day.
Predators can mimic other animals to trap their prey. Oh yeah? Yeah, I swear to God, if I end up on some far-off planet and I hear my own voice...
Spaceport, and we'll head to the den.
That's what happened at the spaceport?
We'll wait till we get to the ship.
The scan is perfectly safe. Please keep moving.
Okay. Stop into the Canonascus, have ourselves a meal, fly to the den. It's all like, have a nice sit-down meal. And consumable. Maple cola. Some chapaguri. And I forgot to bring everyone else down for dinner. Hold on. Come on down and have a snack, guys.
How's it going?
It's going not bad. Going not bad at all. Alright. Consumables thing to drop off. They to the alien buy, not me. They have the black licorice, not me. Ugh. Chunks. Crappy packs. There's some ramen. Seaweed. Yeah, they got the seaweed. Soba. Oh, yeah, seafood paste kit. You get all that. Sorry. Synth meats. They got all that. Okay. Resources. All of it. Let's head out to the den. And sell our contraband. I didn't see a takeoff animation there. If this crashes, I'll be very annoyed. Please wait. And back. Okay, just had to do a reload. So let's head out to the den. Offload our stuff. Track down the target. Okay. I think after I track down the target, I should call it a night. A recording, so to speak, because I'm trying to keep them to a more reasonable 2 hours for these recording sessions. Live sessions, of course, I'd go longer. still debating if I added another game into the rotation, which one should I add? We'll see. Can I dock yet? Here we go. Oh yeah, I forgot that I'm a side docking panel. Or docking bay.
I'm glad to see you looking well.
This station is but a shadow of its former purpose.
Greetings, Captain.
I do not like it here. I understand this station was once quite the luxurious place for UC military commanders.
Yes, of course.
Alright, no, we're selling something very important. And value. Forgot I was carrying a lot of this.
I find that very hard to believe.
Quiet. Just doesn't add up. The spaceport has anti-xeno protocols.
Looking to
Hello,
lodge a
Captain
complaint?
Martinez.
Then you want UC security, not the Vanguard.
Actually, I'm with the Vanguard. Super et Ultra, Captain.
Oh, apologies, Captain. Didn't recognize you without the uniform. So, what can I do for you?
Little shade there. I need to get to Etheria.
Etheria? Not an area that gets a lot of visitors. You mind me asking what you're looking for?
There's a criminal hiding out there. I'm planning to bring to justice.
Really? Living around Etheria. Are you talking about the Warlock? There's been rumor of a ship out there for years now. Doesn't respond to hails, never docks. More than a few amateur investigators have tried to find it, and at least 2 never came back. Etheria's debris fields are plenty dangerous if you're not used to flying in them. But if you're suggesting it might not have been the fields that got them, well, I can give you the coordinates of the Warlock's last sighting.
I'll take those coordinates.
Sure thing. Here, this should get you pointed in the right direction. Good hunting, and stay safe.
Will do. So let's hunt down this Warlock. Yeah, and we know the value here. We have the mag pulse, the maelstrom. Have a single drum beat. Have a Canuck. Okay. Canuck routine. Excellent. Yeah, I know it's stereotypical, but we actually do have a boutinery. I'm gonna say 100 meters from my like 350 feet from my place. But yeah. Okay. To Etheria. Nope. Our mobile traveling base. get this big, heavy ship moving at 50 meters a second. Blistering fast in the rear world feels so slow right now. He's got a bit of a minefield. What else is out here?
Endless boy, who is this you've brought me? More scrap for the field. Savor your last moments, Mott. All systems, shoot them down.
Locking. Locked.
I will not die in a cage.
Yeah, well. Here we are.
Any news to share?
Nope. Not as such. Let's get to the boarding.
Captain John, do you require my assistance?
I lost everything because of the UC. They will get no more.
Pilot emergency detected. Hatch override engaged. Error. File deletion cannot be completed. Ending process.
Wonder what was in those syringes. Personal logs. Deleted, entry. Deliveries complete, items exactly as asked. Never imagined this is possible. You do amazing work. For the things you've done, you won't go to trial, lock you in a cage, or isolation and wait for a man to live. When they come, you kill them, or you show them that you won't be caged. Who encouraged that, I wonder? Advanced ground crew. Nope. Don't really need it. Good news, guys. I'm finding you some chunks. More chunks. Grenades. More chunks.
This heat may not be lethal, but it makes it difficult to think about anything else.
Because there's no projects been added. have his drugs? Don't need the knife. Don't need to waste time picking things. Don't need to harvest dragons even. Don't need the money. Okay. Let's dispose of them. Back off. Right. Engine's going. Jump up. Oh. Here we go.
This is UC Security. Prepare to be scanned for contraband. All right, we're done. You're cleared to land at New Atlantis.
Let's land. Okay. Well, I think it's an opportune time to end our session. Successfully
How's it going?
completed quite a few things right now. Became a citizen.
Hi there,
Got the
Captain.
Terramorphs out of my way. So that we can begin afresh come the next session. And we'll carry on. So don't want to do too much in one session. Get the more manageable bites for these videos, I guess. There's a nice view out there, though. So until next time, this has been Mhorgrimm. Thank you for joining me. Hope you're taking care of yourselves. Hope to see you again soon. But until then, bye now.